So there were a couple years after college that I lived in a house with 4 friends. And 3 of those friends one summer decided to go to Africa. One of my friends decided he didn't need to take his malaria medication because he's stubborn like that. Well, malaria punched him in the face. And he came back from Africa and digressed really quickly. And next thing I know, I'm sitting at the house. One of my buddies rushes in and says, "Dude, Travis has just been admitted to the ICU. They don't think he's gonna make it through the night." So I'm rushing out the door, I grab my guitar. I get there, there's about 30 of us just sitting and praying our faces off, asking God to do a miracle. God, heal Travis, heal Travis, heal Travis. If you've ever prayed for something miraculous, there comes a point where you just sort of run out of words, you know? Just sort of moaning at that point. And we got to that point, and suddenly I just got struck with a thought. God, heal Travis right now, or if you want to heal him by taking him home, that's your prerogative. And so with that thought in mind, I just picked up my guitar. We were worshiping at the time, and I just started singing this song from my heart. Just, God, you do all things. You do all things. You do all things well. And out of the corner of my eye, I see Travis's mom stand up, and I'm wondering if she's gonna pick up the guitar and hit me with it. But instead, she lifts her arms up and tears streaming down her face, she starts singing with me. Her son could pass away at any moment, and she's singing, God, whatever you want to do, you do all things well. And sing tonight, you do all things. And what's crazy is that there are people who tell me that she didn't have enough faith. Because true faith is when you believe God's going to do something and you keep believing until he does. And if he doesn't do it, it's because you didn't believe enough. But last time I checked, Jesus said you need faith the size of a mustard seed, which I'm pretty sure isn't a whole lot. Besides, I've got to think, isn't it more supernatural to an unbelieving world that a mother could praise God when he doesn't do what she wants? I should tell you, the next morning, Travis miraculously sat up. All the traces of malaria were gone, completely inexplicable to the doctors. I mean, he pulled out his wires and his IV and basically tried to walk right out of the hospital with his butt flapping in the wind and everything, you know? But when I think about that story, I think about Travis. I go, God, let me never stop believing that you can do something miraculous. But may you also give me a miraculous faith that keeps believing you're good, even when you don't do what I want. May I believe that promise in Romans that you work all things together for good. And no matter what kind of tragedy you bring me through, I can look at Jesus and say, I got a God who makes ugly things beautiful. And no matter what comes my way, you do all things, you do all things, you do all things well.